Jonathan Haidt.
Yeah, I've read him. He's great.
The Coddling of the American Mind.
Yeah, brilliant.
Published not that long ago, for 5 years ago or so. And their focus was the college campuses in America, which are particularly...
Going really well. It's going
difficult.
It's going well over there.
Really well. So anyone who values debate, speech, the ability to speak about controversial issues...
Hit up the colleges in America and you'll
might be best not going to places like the University of Pennsylvania or anywhere in the
Yale,
Ivy League, really.
Yale now
Anywhere
as
in the Ivy League, and probably most places in the United States, because you will have screaming students. And
do you think that's because of a lack of I was speaking to my defamation lawyer the other day, and I was just saying, I was speaking to him the other day, and he said to me, the thing is, our generation, like the plus 40 generation, anyone who's over 40, has probably had a relatively classical education, who's been taught to present an argument and reason it forward to a conclusion and then put it in front of somebody else. And he said to me that what he's noticing, even in younger lawyers, is that they're coming through with a very different take on things, which brings us back to this idea of safetyism and all of this, this subjective take on the world, which is they view these things through personal moral moral rights and wrongs rather than legal ones. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Do you encounter that?
I think so. I mean, I don't think it would be fair to say I encountered it in younger lawyers. I suppose people who go to the bar, my side of the profession, are by definition those people who like an argument, and therefore, even if they might be disproportionately on the sort of left/liberal side of the spectrum, which might be right, perhaps, they're still brought up in that debating, mooting, sort of arguing tradition. Okay. Yeah, so I when I was at university, I went to competitions, and you were just given a motion. 15 minutes. You're told which side you're on, and you argue it, and you argue everything from a socialist perspective, from a right-wing perspective, from a pro-Islamic perspective, or from whatever it might be.
Doesn't matter what perspective it is.
And it's a really good training to get you to understand different people's points of view. And in fact, the inability to do that, and this sense that, again, Hoar, Hainton, Lukianov write about it, Douglas Murray, whose book I see up there, has written about it too, and others have. This kind of point that it's offensive to you as a human being, or perhaps somebody from a particular minority, for you to even mention an argument, and that's you take that as an offence, even as a harm.
But they're violent. It's violence.
It's violence against. Yes, this is exactly the kind of term. So that.
Why is that so dangerous? Is it? I'm trying to find the good part of all of this, which is, has it come?
Difficult.
Has it? I know, and you're going to explain to me why. But has it come from the fact that I don't know how old you are. Can you tell me how old you are?
I suppose.
Are you over 40?
45.
Oh, well, good. You and I are a year apart in age. So we grew up more in the sticks and stones may break our bones category.
Yeah.
And this newer, younger generation are growing up bombarded with information, and, in their young minds are being corrupted. They're on Instagram and they're constantly filtering out their teeth and trying to make their cheeks nicer and all of that sort of stuff. Is the intention to protect young people from actual harms that you and I could never perceive or understand? Because
nominally,
but why? Okay,
I don't think it is. I mean, I think nominally, but I think I those people who are promoting this agenda are not stupid.
Who are those people?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, but there is certainly a movement which is against the classical understanding of the importance of freedom in general, but particularly freedom of expression, and it's not promoted by people who are stupid. So I give them credit for their intelligence, and I say they must understand that what they are doing is actually going against the need, the freedom of expression, which is a cardinal, it's the First Amendment to the United States Constitution for a reason. And John Stuart Mill, who I quote quite extensively in the introduction to that report, said quite rightly that it is the heart of all freedoms, because if you can't discuss and debate, how do you get to not only getting to democracy, which comes a lot later down the line, how do you get to have a good legal system if you can't discuss things honestly, discuss what laws you should have, whether or not you are able to defend yourself? You know, even that, you know, we take that for granted, but even that wasn't as absolute and took time to develop. I mean, criminals, those people accused of treason, for example, a few hundred years ago were not allowed to speak in their defence. They barely had a free trial because it took time to become a liberal society. We weren't a liberal society in the Elizabethan age.